Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I am actually away from the normal project I was working on because I wanted to do a one of these tour videos today and show a couple things with that. So next week it'll be back to the normal updates, but today I figured I would show you this because I haven't done a full tour of the Magic College here. Ever, I think. I mean, on the world tour, I've briefly gone over it, but an in-depth tour, probably not. So I'm actually in a creative copy here of the survival world. So this is all done in survival. So if you enjoy this video, make sure you check out the survival series where I build things like that and like this whole giant city. And so if you enjoy stuff like this, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, come and check out the series. But this was like one of the first ever builds that I did. So the first thing I did was build the castle keep up here, and then I built the river, and then I think I came over here and built the college. So this is a very old build, and there are going to be some things updated on it in the future, possibly, but I like it still. It just uses a lot of older blocks. So like this cobblestone, it kind of looks a little bit strange because they updated the cobblestone texture recently. So that I'm going to have to change out maybe for the deep slate cobblestone like I did for these other two builds. So that's why they pop a little bit more. But yeah, I kind of like it. And it sits up on this hill above this like custom cliff. And then these mountains in the background, I actually built them by hand completely. So that was a huge project. And if you go around to the back side of it, you can kind of see I'm working on the back side a little bit, and they're nice. The back side is for sure. I really have enjoyed doing that, but that's what this is. And then this is just an extension onto Main Avenue. So Main Avenue stretches all the way down through there, comes up through that cave, and over here. And so that's the main entrance. And by the way, this is Craig's School of Magic. If you watch the lore, well, we haven't gotten into who Wilp Craig is, but there's a reason why the School of Magic is named after him. But there's also another entrance, so you go through here on Snake Way, and you can come in through this cave, and it takes you into the basement. Also, you can take this path up the waterfall to the back side of the college, and we've got like a little camp out area over here. And this is another entrance that goes into, I think, the dorms. And so they come out here and can camp. And then this is actually how you get to the back side underneath of the mountain over here. So if you would ever need that. Not that that would matter because I'm the only one that ever plays on this world. So it doesn't matter. But also down below, I have to go with the Magic College, I have a magic frat house that my brother built. So maybe we'll get to that at some point too. But I suppose I can go ahead and go into the tour of the interior because I think it's a lot cooler than the exterior of it. So we'll go ahead and hop down. So the first room we go into is like the great room. And there's multiple, I think there's 4 floors to the college. But this houses the first 2. And I do like the design. I like the cobblestone on the interior a lot better. The glowstone lamps and then just some carpet. A bunch of pictures and just these like little balcony areas. And the first thing, kind of like, this is a little bit of the inspiration from Harry Potter. Of course, how do you build a magic school without some inspiration from Harry Potter? But that was just a magic school for like, kids. This is for college. So a little bit different, but we've got the hanging like little lanterns and stuff like that. We got knowledge equals power. And so this is where they'll do the beginning speeches and stuff, and then you can eat food there. This is like a little trap door to go down there. I haven't messed with that yet. I did mean to do that. So like a little vanishing thing to show some initial magic. We don't serve fish sticks. So there you go. This is the kitchen, and there's a long story behind why they don't serve fish sticks. But that is actually not even lore of the world. That's my personal lore because I am not allowed to eat fish sticks. This area is actually unfinished. I forgot about this. So this is the one part that's unfinished. I wonder if I still have anything over here. A couple of supplies. Interesting. So this room is going to be, this area is going to be possibly bathrooms, or maybe it'll be just an extension of the kitchen area at some point. I might extend this wall out a little bit. So that's what that is. We're not going to go up the stairs just yet, but that is that first room. So we go over here and we start to get into the little hallways on the side and some classes. So this is actually potions class, where you learn to make all sorts of brews and potions. So we've got some cool decorations here, some brewing stands, some golden apples, stuff on the wall, paintings. So this is just like a simple kind of little lecture room where you'd sit and they would lecture from up here. The chemical storage closet. So you can go down into the chemical storage and there's a big vat of some purple, like, smoking liquid down here, and then some regular storage. I love this. So this is just like a campfire underneath of carpet, and so that's how you get that. But pretty cool little room, for sure. Let's see, back through this way. So let's walk on this way a little bit more to the next class. So this is the magic history class, and so this is just another little classroom set up. The main area is actually out in the national park, and that is the temple out there. So obviously some magical significance to that, and that's why they're studying that. And then I have some different maps for like what's that called? The little deep sea area, and then a treasure chest that I found, and just some magic items. And then down here it actually leads to another like storage room, and then that's the cave that's the other entrance. So not all of the classrooms have little storage rooms, but those two definitely do. So let's go over here a little bit. So we've got the Hall of Knowledge. This is the library. Just a simple little library build for the most part. You can press this lever and it pulls out the secret entrance that takes you to the grand knowledge with the all-seeing eye. So that's where you gain all of the secret knowledge. But you have to have knowledge enough to pull the lever first, or curiosity. Just another map. This is an old map. Oh wow, that's funny. That's before I did the mountain project. So I did the mountain project after I actually built the college. So that's funny to see that old map. This is just like a pit down here. I don't know why I have this, but I guess if you don't like a book enough, you can just throw it over there. The librarian's area right here. And yeah, just some random stuff throughout that. So let's go ahead up on the second floor up here. And this is just a balcony overlooking the kind of meeting hall area. So let's go over, oh yeah, the slumber house. So this is where you where the dorms are. So kind of packed jammed in here, quite a bit of them, where all the freshmen stay. I guess if you're not a freshman, you could go stay in the frat house. Well, this is where the upperclassmen stay, I should say. The freshmen stay in the slumber silo. So this is, I love this. This is hilarious. So it's such a dangerous sleeping arrangement. So you just go all the way up this big tower, and you can stay in like all these like little spots and everything. Oh goodness. I find it very hilarious, and I don't know why I built this, but it's staying because I love it. And this is actually an entrance into the bathroom, but only the men's bathroom, so yeah, there's that. But that's the slumber silo, I guess, so pretty funny there. What is this? It's just a storage closet. I don't know why I just placed a torch. Oh yeah, over here. So we've got the enchanting class, sponsored by the Red Flag, which is an evil organization in the world. You'd have to check out the survival series to kind of learn a little bit more about them, but they're not very good people. But this is the class where you learn how to enchant, and of course there is enchanted items sitting around here, and back here is supposed to be an enchanting area, but I moved it and forgot to move it back because I was working on a project. So clearly this area is kind of old, but I do need to update it a little bit, but oh yeah, this is before the bookshelves were like the empty bookshelves were a thing in Minecraft. So you had to make your own custom ones. So this is like I forget what this is, but it's like placed backwards, and it kind of looked like an empty bookshelf. So that's what we had to do back in the old days. But you can also walk through here, through that secret picture frame, and you come up to the Red Flag base, the Red Flag student organization, because of course they would have that. And so you can come up here and you can give your speeches. Here's another view of, wow, that's an old map. There's so much that has changed since then. That's really funny. And you can hang out up here like in the loft. You can also go up onto the roof here through this. So pretty interesting, I would say. But, you know, you got to have some evil faction representation within the student body, I suppose. Let's go on over to the next floor up here. And, oh yeah, we got like an aquarium. Pretty cool. And like a snowy biome area. So with a snow golem. And what is this class? Did I forget to label that class? That's funny. Yeah, I think I did forget to label that class. But this is like the elemental magic area, so that's why you have the different elements, water, and then the snow. You've got examples of all the different elements. And so this is just where you learn how to control that sort of magic. So pretty interesting. Nothing in there. Let's go on back through to the back side. Oh yeah. the gym. So this is the gym / magic battle class. So you stand on either side and you do magical battles against each other. And so over here you can select your weapons and items that you can use. And then right here you have an area to hang out and watch. I love that there's like double-decker couches. I don't know why that would be a thing. Oh yeah, through here's the men's locker room. So we got the showers, and then you got the toilets. Yeah, terrible. You can guess what's in these toilets, but the guys' locker room is not very nice, which tends to be par for the course for most gyms. But the women's, it is very nice on the other hand. Or maybe this isn't. I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing here. Yeah, they don't have any bathrooms though. No toilets. That's not good. But there is that. This staircase just leads back down to like the kitchen area. And going up to the final floor, we have the elemental room for the potions. So this is like the arborarium, where you can collect all the items for like the different potions. So this is pretty cool. This is like up on the roof here. And there's one of every plant in here as of like, I don't know, some update back in the day, but there's quite a bit here. I think there has been some additional stuff added, but it is a pretty cool room. And then here's just like the storage for all of that. A wooden hoe in there, which is pretty cool. And then up here is going to be the future site of the dean of the school's office. So when I update this build, I'm going to finish a couple of those. So that's kind of the outlook of the Magic College. I think we actually have time. I'm just in a creative copy, so I'm just going to bust through the rooms through here. But I'm going to go ahead and tour the frat house. So this is Mystic Frat House, and my brother made this. So it's a pretty funny build. I think you all will enjoy it. Got the address and everything. So it's an interesting interior. A lot different build style than me, but this is just kind of like the living room and the lounge. We got the kitchen. And there's some pretty funny stuff in here. We got one of the bedrooms, and we have the bathroom here. So this is the bathroom, but keep in mind, you have to go through the bathroom to get to the rest of the rooms. So there's like a bedroom in here. He's got his bed underneath. But you have to walk through the bathroom. So if you've ever been in a frat house, they're like mazes that weren't, they're like big houses that weren't meant for housing that many rooms and people, so they just build like little rooms everywhere. And I have definitely been to a frat house where you had to walk through the bathroom. So that's kind of where the inspiration of this is. I was telling my brother about that story, and so he made this. And funnily enough, he was like younger at the time and had definitely never been to a frat house. This is basically built off of my experiences during college of me telling him. But you go through someone else's room to get to the attic up here to the second floor, which is hilarious. You go through the bathroom and the attic to get to the second floor. So up here, this is like the main meeting area. So we've got the schedule up here. Competitive hazing. Show and tell, but magic bro improv. So we've got kind of the meeting area right there. Some more bedrooms up in this area. Very, very cramped. But another really funny thing is, so to get to the where is it? To get to the basement. Oh yeah, that's another bedroom. Where is it? I forget where he has that at. It's supposed to be. Oh yes, to get to the basement, you have to go through the attic. So like to go to the basement, if you just wanted to go into the basement, you had to go through the living room on the first floor, go through a bathroom, another bedroom, go up to the attic, and then take a ladder down to the basement, which I think is hilarious, but totally similar to what would happen in a real frat house. So down here, this is my favorite part of the build. This is, instead of beer pong, it is brew pong. And they've got the brew pong table set up here, which is, I love it. Absolutely hilarious. And there is, the different teams. So the different teams over here. So we've got the Emerald Grulers with all these fellas. The mellowed ones, Craig and Craig Jr., some of these are in the lore. You just have to pay attention to that to kind of get them. But basically, so these are all the different teams and stuff like that. The Red Flag team, not affiliated with them, of course. But each opponent or each team has like their brew, and if you get the ball into the cup with their potion, you have to drink the other team's potion. And if you like pass out or die or something, then you lose. I don't know the rules completely. My brother made it up, but as you can see, the mellowed ones were the winner. So pretty funny addition to the Mystic Frat House there, and that's their flag, the Mystic Frat House flag. So let's just go up here and bust through the roof. This is in creative, so I will delete this after I do the tour. But yeah, that's the Mages College and the Mystic Frat House. Kind of a full tour of it. It is it's definitely an interesting build. Definitely needs some updating, but I think it has some really cool aspects to it, and I'm kind of excited to get back over here and work on it and see what it looks like updated. So if you enjoyed that video and you want to see more tours like that or want to see the world, make sure you subscribe, and I'll be updating this world regularly. So